Hi, hi, this is Evangelist Lathita Wash, once again coming to you from the positive side, the positive residence in the rabbit hole, amen? Talking about my encounter with Dr. Thamer and holding me hostage. Not only holding me hostage, but in other words to me, arranged for a psychiatrist to meet me at the door on my way out with discharge papers in hand, backed me. I had my discharge papers, you see. And after he left that evening before, saying, right, you don't need a psychiatrist, and he walked out the door, giving me the impression that all was settled. And in the meantime, when she ambushed me, I wanted to make this clear as to why I was standing at the door. I got up and got dressed and got my little stuff on, got my little stuff together, and as I usually do, I walked to the door in anticipation of my daughter coming in and picking me up. That was why I walked to the door originally, before I even after I even saw her in the room, with the impression that she had gone. In the meantime, while talking with her, my daughter texted me on my phone and said she was circling the parking lot trying to find a space, or she would have been there. And God knows that would have been a catastrophe. So he arranged that. And not one time, I never got intimidated until she said what she said the way she said it. You don't want this to escalate. A psychiatrist who had never seen me a day in her life was called up, I guess by her crony or something. How in the world would an intelligent psychiatrist submit to doing something like that? Did she know I had my discharge papers in my hand? Uh-huh. And when we talked when she walked in the room and I'm sitting on the bed, so-called conversation took place in the room, quietly in the room. The only thing that was escalating was her macho. And it was escalating. I'm not here to talk about him. I'm here to talk about you. I said, well, darling, if autonomy means anything in the world, and I said these things to her. I said, I don't have to talk to you. I said, and it should be obvious that Dr. Thamer is deranged, because he even came back in the room and announced to my daughter and I that I was be discharged first thing this morning, which means before 9 o'clock, before even sometimes before 8. And for him to have the people that was typing up all of his directions and saw his tantrums, for him to involve the teaching team, because I know it's a teaching hospital, but I know obviously these young folk must be under some kind of he's my primary, so evidently when they're on their rounds, they were going to report back to him on some kind of way he's involved, because they came in, the leader of the group came in pontificating. You see? Telling me things, so you'll see all that part. I don't want to. I've got four tapes, I believe. Each video is about 10 or 15, 20 minutes long. As these thoughts are coming to me, I want everything to be perfectly clear. Since then, I've talked to social service, I've talked to Medicare, Medicaid folk, I've talked to Tuesday morning, I'll be talking to state. These people, the different people I've talked to have given me different numbers and said, and they said, and when I explained to one woman who did not get the significance of what the psychiatrist said to me, she said she wanted to write it down as the psychiatrist said, you better get back in your room. I said, no, you must understand the vernacular, the attitude, and the emotion. She said that is a slang expression, a ghetto slang expression at that, a slang expression that's usually in the black community. Little white folk, little young folk and stuff, and some other white folk, they use that kind of stuff. But it's something we would say to each other when we're pulling off our earrings. You best better. You best better get up out of my face. You best better do this, or you best better do that. And it tickled the lady that I was talking to from Medicare, Medicaid. She said, oh, I see. She said, well, Miss Walsh, that is indeed a threat. That could indeed be interpreted as a threat. All right? I got that from several people that I've talked to associated with Medicare, Medicaid, as they were taking my statement. So you see, in and out of the rabbit hole, things happen. You see, even after he has refreshed one of his little rabbits, after he has refreshed your coat and brushed out all the dumb stuff that used to keep you confused, all the dumb stuff that he's allowed you to overcome, he's allowed you to step forth still within the rabbit hole with grace and dignity. You see? He's allowed you to feel it when he stripped away all that stuff that had you burdened down. It's the heavy coat of winter in the rabbit hole, because I got to go back there. Because the only thing in the only existence that is not in the rabbit hole is in heaven. The rabbit hole is everything. State of your mind, state of your consciousness. Like in Galatians, your human-natured spirit, how you operate, and your spiritual-natured spirit. All those things control you as you walk through and navigate through the rabbit hole in life. The rabbit hole is the only thing not in it is heaven after death. And God is the proprietor of the rabbit hole. When he allows you to refresh that coat of fur, he allows you to get it trimmed all the way almost down, back to the skin you were in when your life began. Huh? And he never takes us out of the rabbit hole, because the rabbit hole is in the consciousness of both sides of our thinking. So as you wander through the streets that are made of gold, and I'm talking about in heaven as earth as well in heaven. He give us his day and give us on earth as it is in heaven. We can have the same peace down here as we say we're looking forward to when we get up there. Up there. You see, he is in control of the rabbit hole. All of us are in it. But all of our experiences are custom designed for each and every one of us, individual by individual. We all in it. But how we deal with it, how we express it, how we show the world, huh? That is real fun when the rabbit got the gun. And I'm out strutting around in the same rabbit hole. But I'm packing.